All right, back at you again. Right, Revelation 20:1, right? It says Satan bound, right? The devil, man, the so-called white man, bound, bro. When was he bound? When Rome fell. When Rome fell in 400 AD, around that time, right? Bound him up in the bottomless pit, which is Europe. Europe is the bottomless pit. All right, it's the bottomless pit, right? And the angel that had the key in Revelation 20 in verse 1, right, was Yahweh Shai himself. He had the key. He had the power to bow this nigga up. All right. So I saw the angel come down from heaven and having the key of the bottomless pit, which is Europe, right? The angel was Yahweh Shai, and a great chain in his hand, right? He bound him up. He locked him up, man. Caucasus Mountain. He was crawling on all fours, grunting and shit. Hairy man, the Woodrow, the wild man, right? The Neanderthal. Bound him up for 1,000 years, bro. When did he come back? 1400s, the Renaissance. Right? Right, it says he laid hold on the dragon, right? The dragon goes into the beast, right? Which the first beast was Rome. It was Rome. Rome was the beast, right? The Roman Empire. Right? It says that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, bound him 1,000 years. Right? He bound up in the mountains for years, man. Thousands. 1,000 years, man. 1,000 years, bro. You know what I mean? And cast him to the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years were fulfilled. Right? And after he must be loosed a little season. Right? This is the little season that the devil has been loosed. Right? Now look at him. Right? What in Malachi chapter 1, right? Malachi chapter 1, it said he was going to build the desolate places, right? But what did the Lord say about that, man? Right? What did he say? Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4, it says, where is Edom saith, right? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, right? Right? The cunning hunter, right? He came out redneck, right? It says, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places, right? Then that's what they did. They took my homeland from me, right? And my father's, right? And they built up the desolate places, bro. Right? They put their enterprise here, man. Right? They set up their wickedness, man. And how did they get it? By the blessing that Isaac gave them. The sword, bro. By the gun. Murder. Right? It says, thus saith Yahweh, power of armies. Right? Right? He's a man of war. The Lord is a man of war, not a fucking woman. Right? Right? It says, they shall build, but I will throw down. They shall they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people whom the Lord have indignation forever, bro. So the Lord hate these people forever, bro. Forever. Remember, the scriptures say the Lord changes not. He don't change, bro. Right? So if he fucking hates you, nigga, he gonna fucking hate you, man. Right? He gonna hate you, man. Right? Right? Now go back to Revelation chapter 20. Right? It says, I'm going to go to verse 5. It says, but the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection, right? Now before that, verse 4, it says, I saw the thrones and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them which were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai and for the word of the Most High, which have not worshipped the beast, right? You ain't take the mark of the beast, bro. You ain't conform to transhumanism, right? You ain't take that chip, the Neuralink, bro, for your payments in your hand, right? That he calls a fall in Revelation chapter 13 and 16, right? Right? Neither his image, neither have received the mark on their foreheads, right? Get the Neuralink in their foreheads, or in their hands, either left hand, right hand, right? Right? You get that RFID microchip, the NFC chip, right? Or any implantable device in your fucking skin that deals with currency, marking yourself as a servant to the devil, right? But all, right? 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 It says, and they live and reign with Hamashiach, Yahushai, 1,000 years, man. 1,000 years. Right? That's one day. Right? A brother says king in a day. Yeah, we're going to be king in a day. Hurry up tomorrow. Goodbye yesterday. That's spiritual. Bro, right? But the rest of the dead did not live again until the 1,000 years were finished, bro. The 2/3 got to come back through the loins of the elect. Right? You got to be reincarnated through our seed because you fucking fucked around and fucked off and died, man. Right? Right? Zechariah chapter 13 and 8, man. Two parts therein shall be cut off and died, bro. You know what I mean? 2 parts. Right? But the third part, right? 1/3, right, shall be saved, bro. Right? Brung through the fire. We're going to be brung through JT, to trials, to hell, to tribulation. What? To refine us as gold is tried, man. Right? You ever refine gold, you melt gold, right? You burn out all the impurities, man. Right? You burn out all the wickedness and dross of the goddamn, the unwantedness inside that gold, man. Inside that silver, man. Right? Unwanted dross, man. You know what I mean? Right? It says, blessed and holy is he that have part in the first resurrection. The ones who get beamed up. The ones who get delivered in the so-called UFOs, which is actually the chariots of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the chariots of Israel, man. Alright? Alright? Right? It says, on such, the second death had no power, right? We didn't die. We didn't die from nuclear war, right? Like the rest of you fuckers are going to. Right? Right? It says, but they shall be priests of the Most High and Hamashiach, and shall reign with him 1,000 years, bro. We gonna build the kingdom up. Well, we not gonna build it per se. Why? Because we gonna have slaves, bro. Just like we was enslaved to all the rest of you heathens, you gonna be slaves to us, and we gonna give you double. We gonna give you double, man. Right? Revelation chapter 20. Chapter 2, Salah. Chapter 2 and 26, it says, but he that overcometh, right? They overcame and got beamed up as the elect, right? Changed the immortality, right? And invincibility with all powers over the elements, right? Right? It says, and keepeth my works unto the end of what? World War III. Until the end. Right? It says, to him will I give power over the nations. Right? It's 18 nations in the Bible. 18 races of people. Right? And we're going to have power over all of them. Right? It says, and they shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken into shivers, man. So we're going to beat the brakes off them, man. We're going to beat the hell out them motherfuckers, man. Right? We're going to give you double, man. Right? As per Revelation chapter 18. Right? Right? It says, reward her even as she rewarded you, Revelation 18:6, and double unto her, double according to her works, and the cup which she had filled to her double. Right? That's double times double times double. That's 8 times. You can get it 8 times as rough, bro. You times 2 by 2, right? Right? That's 4. Right? You times 2 by 4. That's 8. We gonna fuck you up. We gonna fuck you up. Right? Right? It says how much she have glorified herself. But this is also, right, talking about the nuclear war. Right? The Lord gonna bring hell on you motherfuckers. Literally he gonna rain fire. Rain fucking nuclear fire. 100 million degrees Celsius to 300 million degrees Celsius fire on you. Right? He gonna burn this bitch up, bro. Right? And it says, how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. We give in America torment and sorrow, man. Right? Through the IC